Hey, what's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to do a recap for Jai Opetaia versus David Nyika. Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time right now, subscribe to the channel. So much is going on in the world of boxing. I want to be the one who delivers that news to you. Also, hit that thumbs up button. It does help, shows love, and it supports this channel. Let's jump into this. Wow, that was a fun fight. It was a quick fight, but it was fun. David was slow and predictable. Just like I said, he was going to be slow and predictable. He's literally Joe Joyce. The frustrating thing about David Nyika is this. You can see the potential there, but there's a disconnect. But you can see the potential there. I can see. I don't know why that was the game plan. I don't know why he was such a stationary target. Maybe he just figured because I'm bigger than him, maybe I could just... that was not smart at all. And, the whole time during the promotion, he says, I'm not his past opponents. I'm going to have plan B, plan C. And I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any. Truth be told, I didn't see plan A. I didn't see the first plan. I don't know what that was, because fighting flat-footed was just very dumb, to be honest. Lately, I've been on coaches, and you have to be on coaches. It's one thing if it's late in the fight and it turns out he ends up performing like this. It's something else when you start the fight looking like this. I don't know why he looked winded. I don't know why he didn't look fresh. I don't know why he chose to be flat-footed. I don't know why he didn't fight tall. I don't know why he didn't utilize the jab and, use his length. I don't know why any of that stuff. I don't know why he chose to do what, and I'm saying he, but I don't know why the team and David chose what they chose. It was a horrible decision, and it got him brutally beat up and knocked out. Round 2 was the best round for David. He had a nice little three-piece, and it stunned Jai. But it stunned Jai to the point where I think Jai was boxing. And then when he got hit, Jai was like, okay, you want to fight? Okay, let's fight. Remember what I said in my breakdown. You're a boxer, buddy. You're not a brawler. You're not a fighter. You're not a gladiator. We're going to find out what you are. But it's not this. Jai already knew that about David. And I quote Jai Opetaia, "You don't like getting hit." There you go. David used his size to push Jai back and have him in the corner. I'm just pinpointing certain little things, but put him in the corner. Listen, this is to anybody. If you're going to put somebody in the corner, and if you're going to pin them in the corner, you have to be busy. You have to be busy. Now, if you have a good referee, he's just going to be like, all right, you guys get out of the corner. You're not doing anything. It's the equivalent of MMA. You might put somebody down, but you're not. You're on top, but you're not doing anything. You're not landing any punches. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting there. You just took him down, and it looks like more or less you trying to get a breather. So the same thing in boxing. He pinned Jai in a corner because he is the bigger, stronger guy. But he literally did nothing with his strength. He literally did nothing with his overall force. He did nothing. He didn't utilize any of it. He did nothing. And because of that, nothing became of it. And then he was never able to get that position again. Because if you have him, you could batter him a little bit and you can slow him down because he will eventually fight his way out of there. So when he does get out of there, he'll be a little bruised. He'll be a little slower. He'll be a little cautious, a bit more cautious because I don't want to get back in there. I don't want that guy pinning me again. But no, you did nothing. You have to, if you're going to pin somebody, if you're going to pin anybody, you got to be busy. You got to be busy. And again, let's do a little Rocky Marciano. Let's hit him in the hips. Let's hit him in the shoulder. Let's hit him in the arm. Anywhere is a target. Everywhere is a target. Forget the headshots. Everywhere is a target. Hit him in the chest. Hit him in the shoulders. Everywhere is a target. Unless the referee says pull him up, hit him in the hips. Everywhere is a target. You have to be busy if you're going to be in the corner. Ja was a bit more aggressive than I mean, I figured he would eventually get to, on Super Saiyan. But I felt like he kind of started off Super Saiyan. And I think it's due to the new added fame, the new added pressure to perform well. Because now more eyes are on you. This is a big event. This was a big fight. It wasn't just big for Jai Opetaia. It was big for Australia. It was just big. It was big. And you want to make a good impression and say, all right, well, there's other guys, from my neck of the woods who can also fight like this and put on a show like this and close out fights like this. And I feel like there was a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but he handled it extremely well. He seemed very poised. He seemed very loose. Although Ja didn't move as much as he typically does, he seemed very loose, very fluid with his punches. Even with his bounce, everything. He seemed very loose. He looked really good. He looked really remarkable, actually. And like I say, I just believe, it's like, all right, you're going up in competition, like everything is going up. The pay is going up. The venue's getting bigger. Pretty soon the opponents are going to get much more difficult. So it's just like everything's taking a step up. And in my personal opinion, Jai Opetaia rose to the occasion. Let's see. David was not busy at all. I mean, it was surprising that he looked tired almost. And I'm just like, dude, it's like the third round. Why are you so gassed? It wasn't like, was Ja aggressive? Yes. But it wasn't like he was aggressive through a volume of punches. It was just like, were they hard shots? Yes. Were they a lot of shots? No. But they were hard shots. Okay, fine. But it wasn't like they were coming bam, 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 bam. Like, it wasn't like Manny Pacquiao onslaught. It wasn't that. And I'm just like, dude, like, a part of me was like, pull your skirt down. Like, if you're going to be in there and you said all the things you said, you're a part of my story and I got to beat you. I got to take your crown. And I've been watching you for years and I know everything about you. And, you didn't show any of that, like 0% of that. Like, for everything that he said, it looked totally different. It looked like he was just winging it in there. It honestly looked like he came in okay shape and winged it. And that's not going to cut it. You're going up against a stud, a top tier champion boxer. This is when you have a trusted coach. This fight is a great example of a trusted coach. I don't know what was said in that corner, but either what was said or what wasn't said. Now, if nothing was said, that's a problem in itself because you could clearly see that things were not getting better. Things were getting worse. Things are getting much worse. So that's strike one for me. Strike two is what was told because it didn't look like David came out with any fire, any umph. He didn't come out with anything new. So what was told in that corner? Because it didn't look like anything special. If what you're doing isn't working, you have to adjust. You have to try something else. And there just comes a point in time where you have to be creative and say, I don't know, let me try this because this is not working. Nothing. He's so predictable. Joe Joyce. I don't believe David believed in himself. So I made the video. I'm going to post it again because I was talking about the contrast between the two guys, the psychology of it. But you have one guy saying, I've been studying you. And this guy's like, listen, I just train hard and I don't care if they stick lions in the cage, in the ring with me. I'm going to fight hard regardless. It doesn't really matter. And it looked like David didn't believe in himself. But I'd say by round three, it literally looked like David didn't believe in himself. I got to be honest with you. It didn't look like he believed in himself. Round four, he was shot. He was done. Like, before that happened, he was done. It just didn't look like he believed in himself. And I'm just sitting there like, what's going on with you? Like, that's the reason why I'm wearing these shades. Every time I go to a funeral, I want to show my respects. And I'm assuming David's still in the canvas somewhere, and it's just like, he didn't look comfortable. He didn't look comfortable in the face-off across from Jai Opetaia. He didn't look comfortable in the weigh-in because every time they would face off, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But I believe in the case of David and Jai, it mattered. Whoever turns first and breaks the eye contact first, in their case, I believe it mattered. Because I believe David needed the confirmation that he deserved to be there and he should be there. And I don't feel like he got it. I don't feel like at any point in the fight he got any respect. I think there was a respect from Ja that said, wow, you're going to be like macho and man up and stand in front of me. But that's about it. I don't feel like there was a respect level for punching power. I don't feel like there was a respect level for boxing IQ from Ja to David. I don't feel like there was a respect level like, wow, I really have to figure this guy out because I really don't know what he's doing right now. And I don't feel like it was that. I just feel like, as Ja said, I prepare for anything. And then you look at David, what did you prepare for? I'm curious. What did you prepare for? Because you didn't even prepare for the simplest thing. A 12-round fight. What did you prepare for? You were done. You were spent by round 4. What did you prepare for? Again, he's only gone 5 rounds. So that is about the time where you start getting winded because that's all you've done. You've done 5 rounds. I'm actually happy it ended when it ended because the reality is if you're already winded in 4 and you've only ever done 5, what was going to happen to you in the championship rounds? By then, you would be a carcass. Like, he wouldn't have just beaten you. He would have devoured you. So, and it would have been much more brutal because you would have been less able to protect yourself, defend yourself, cover up. You didn't do any of that. In round 4, what were you planning on doing in round 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I mean, at that stage, one or two things were going to happen. One, you're going to quit on the stool. Or 2, you got knocked out, but you didn't get brutally knocked out. You didn't get Marquez versus Pacquiao knocked out, where we didn't know if that man was still alive or not. Pacquiao wasn't moving. Pacquiao versus Hatton knocked out, where Hatton just went stiff. He looked like this. He wasn't moving. That's what you could have gotten. Overall, great fight. Overall, respect to both fighters. What's next? Ramirez. Josh made it very clear. Listen, I'm chasing unification fights. I want all those belts. I want all those belts.